past Nopska Beach into Vineyard Sound and putter around and come back. And she would sit in her beach chair on Nopska, and she insisted that she be able to identify my boat when it came by. So I said, well, there's one mast, two sails. The mainsail has a bullseye. And the sail number is 897. I said, okay. Next day she asked, what is your sail number? 897. And that happened 2 or 3 more times. And I said to me, you got to find a way to remember 897. And she was sitting on the beach, and she thought about it for a while, like 30 seconds, and said, oh, it's really simple. 897 is 3 times 13 times 23. And if you don't believe me, get a piece of paper and pencil. She had in her head computed what are known as the prime factors of 897. I don't recommend you try that unless you are ME. So that's my story. Who else?
I'm going to miss Emmy, so I'm not sure I can do this. I think I've known her about 25 years. I met her through Mary Sears. They became wonderful friends. They met on the bike path. Presumably, Emmy was running with her dog, and Mary was walking, and I'd come by on my bike, and they'd both be standing there, wrapped in a conversation. Had probably been there for an hour, and every day she'd come home, Emmy said this, Emmy said that. So eventually she started joining Aunt Mary for Scotch. And they hit it right off, and we're very good friends. And as the years went by, Mary couldn't walk anymore after she broke her hip. So, but Emily would still come over and talk to her and sit every afternoon, share a drink. And then Mary started losing her memory, and good old Emmy, she just kept coming. A lot of people would stop by, see her, dementia, would go the other way, which they didn't come back. But she'd be there listening to the same story time after time. So patient. I know that she loved Mary very much, and we all came to love Emmy very much. She became probably as important a part of my family as a parent. Anyway, when she was the anniversary of Mary Sears' 100th birthday, Emmy insisted that she throw a giant birthday party for her. So she called people at Hui, and they arranged a tent, and she had great food and drinks, and she paid for the whole thing. We got a whole bunch of prominent people to come and speak, and she just thought Mary needed to have that kind of a tribute. And that was quite a nice party. And then the other, I could think of a million stories, and you'll be glad I'm not going to say all of them, but the other one, she realized that my children didn't have any grandparents around, so she decided to take it on as her job to be their grandmother at Falmouth Academy, where they attended school. And so, she took her jobs very seriously. Unfortunately, it was about Columbus Day, so she was often in her house practically frozen to death because she had no heat. I mean, it was winterized, but she wasn't going to miss Grandparents' Day. And so she would not probably be someone you'd think of as a clothes horse, so she was quite worried that she wouldn't have the proper grandmotherly attire. So she really stressed about that, and finally got something at LLB, and then she asked me to keep it for her every year. She said, I don't need to dress up like that in Urbana. So I looked in the closet this morning, and sure enough, it was still there. She's got her golden retriever, and she was so proud of it. She went to 11 of them. Yeah, both boys, right to the end. It's like she couldn't dare die until she finished her duty as grad. And she, the last year, I mean, she became quite a memorable person at Falmouth Academy too. So at the last year, they dedicated the cover to her and Jeremy, my son. And I saw her in the post office right after that, and she was practically jumping for joy. She was so happy. It was just made her whole year. And anyway, so that was my story, and that was all I can do. But I also, a Canadian friend asked me to say a few short remembrances. Mary Sears' life included the Canadians. They would come descend upon us every summer, and they were old family friends, and a couple of them were here this week, and one of them wrote that she was sorry that she couldn't attend today, but her annual memories of Emmy were finding her on Nopska and happy hour at my house. And mostly she remembered cheering Emmy in the Falmouth Road Race as she'd come down to the finish line, and, you know, practically the last time she went, we thought we were going to have to put her in a wheelbarrow. But she kept running. So that was from Sheila, and I guess